should be nervous, maybe I am. I feel so breathless when we're holding hands. And my mom says I'm crazy. You love like a man. They never came easy until our romance. I die for your touch. You live all the same. I can't give you up. I go all insane. So I stay me. Swear you've been true. What did I do before I found you? You're humble, I'm vain. You're sunshine and I'm the rain. I thought love was glacial at first. A funeral on the turf. A virus that hasn't been cured. When did I realize the ball in my court was in yours? The peace came in waves of that warmth, and you're not so bad. Far from it. I really like you. It feels like I'm joking, but no, it ain't much, but it's more than we know. I wasn't so bad for the time, I suppose, of admiration. Your glow, you're humble, I'm vain. You're sunshine and I'm the rain. I thought love was glacial at first. A funeral on the turf. A virus that hasn't been cured. When did I realize?
All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow, that is the worst good morning I've ever had. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. First time I've spoken all morning. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope you're ready to get it. You guys enjoyed that intro music? There's a little song that I was working on there. Some of my new stuff, man. Gotta show you my new stuff. Okay, so Troy, I see you. Let me get you going, bro. Let me get you live. Hold on, brother. All right, I think you should be able to hear me. I think you should be able to hear me now. Can you hear me, brother? Yo, Troy. Hello.
Hey, what up?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Good.
Good weekend?
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Yep, you?
All right, nasty drop here. What was that? I'm sorry.
You doing all right?
Yeah. I was, I'm doing great. Just a long weekend. I had a good time though. Saturday night with the kiddos, took them out, rode the Ferris wheel, and did some other stuff here in Dallas. We have like this place called Grandscape. It's like an outdoor thing. My girl rode go-karts for the first time, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
So there's little stuff like that, yeah. Good times. Wow. So what a nasty market, right? What's going on right now? Tariff war, eh? I should have taken that short that I called on Friday. I didn't end up taking it, and woke up last night when I was looking at the chart with you. I was like, damn, that would have been nice to just go for it, you know. Got a little bit of a run up last night, but I didn't want to hang on to it. I had a feeling we were gonna push down, and everything pre-market, just take a look at the chart, guys. Everything pre-market is down. I mean, everything. It's pretty nasty. I think we continue. And yeah, you went to the stock show, Lewis. Nice. What up, Michelle? What up, Lewis? What up, Charles? Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, so usually when you have like, you know, usually when you have, this is like my test. Hold on one second. I wanted to highlight some chat, so I had to put this up here. Here we go. Good morning, Charles. There we go. See how I can highlight you, man, for participating. Isn't that cool? All right. Yeah, the stock show is dope. I actually really like the stock show. It's fun. That's my first rodeo that I saw. Out in Fort Worth. I know what you're talking about. I'm like 45 minutes away from it. Yeah, so anyways, let's hop on the charts, eh? So usually you have continuation with these kind of pulls, man. This kind of pull right here. You have your fade back, right? Your fail swing, you fill the gap, and it's just like maybe it is a coin toss, you know, maybe it is just pure coin toss, but I just notice it a lot where when you have this, what I call like dragon's breath, where it's just this nasty down. It's an impulse, right? That's what it is. It's an impulse candles. It's impulse candles. And you saw it back here first. You saw it with this. And like if I were to zoom out, right, and I just said, where does it look like the straight lines are coming from? Impulse candles, straight up impulse. Going from the left, right, you had this impulse. These are straight up. I mean, I'm just talking like a nasty push or pull. Okay, then you had this retracement, but it's nothing in comparison to just measure it. Like it's 1,100 points versus 700. So this is still winning, is what I'm saying. If I zoomed out and I said, where are we impulsing? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? Is that complicated? I don't know if that's complicated. It seems pretty easy to me. Let me zoom out. So it's not mechanical, but is it complicated? You look, this is like long. See how that goes up really far? Like, let's break it down real like scientific like. See how that goes up, straight up, like, you know, like real far past all these other, can't see all these other like dips and everything. This one just goes, wow. That's dragon's breath right there, man. All right, so usually you have follow through is what my point is. So like, pull up, you come down, you don't take out lows, you know, you just higher low, and then you start pulling up and you up and away. It's follow through. But then you have this, and that's kind of the new, that's the new, right? That breaks all the structure in here on higher time frames. I can just tell if I go to a 4 hour, that structure is broken. Does that make sense? I don't even have to go to the 4 hour. If I go there, I can see it. Right, look at this. This 1 4 hour candle just breaks everything. So that's the impulse. That's that impulsive candle that has a lot of momentum, a lot of weight behind it, right? And you could just go back and like excuse me, you can go back and start looking at impulses and how even on lower time frames, even better on lower time frames in my opinion, what I mean is like 15-minute, 5-minute, like lower time frames, because you get to partake in these runs on the 4 hour on lower time frames. But impulse, you know, you pull down, lower high, lower low, impulse, you know, impulse is straight down. These aren't really impulse. This is just like follow through, pull back, fail swing, follow through, lower low, pull back. You know, everyone thought we were going down here. Even I did. I think that was the trade I lost, or one of them. And then we make a higher high, we break structure. You know, we're in between. Now we're up. Now everyone's like excited because the 4 hours in line. Then you impulse down. We don't necessarily break the bottom of the range, so we still have this sort of, you know, order block sitting right here, and I would call that support at the bottom of the range. And it fail swings, taps into the range. then sort of like almost V-shape recovers up. It felt good. It felt like, oh, we're gonna go back up to the top of the range. We damn near did it. Filled the gap. You know, we had a 4-hour fair value gap right here that we filled, right? And so we inverse that gap. We don't just fill it, we inverse it. Like we close a candle body above that gap. And you could see that that gap was filled, right? So that would be an IFVG. So we're feeling like, okay, IFVG on the gap feels nice. We've already done IFVGs down here with this gap. This is another gap that we filled right here. And that was an IFVG. That was actually a BPR. So price fills it in one setting. So when it comes back down into these... God, come on, Mike. When it comes back down... I'm like an old man, bro. So anyways, when
I told you
it
to lay
comes
off the
back
cigarettes,
down,
man. You gotta stop smoking.
like what the hell? Too much singing. Anyways, yeah, so it comes back down in here, it holds. It's no wonder this holds, right? Because it's a BPR. That kind of makes sense. It's also a shelf. So the shelf is a little bit lower. That's what I like to enter on right here. Perfect. Then cruises up, fails to break, comes back down, retest, comes back up, fills the gap like I said, and then just a complete dump with a major gap above us now. So there's a big consolidation range here if you haven't noticed. And that's what I noticed. Like first thing, I was like, damn, we are we're really caught up right now. This is the low, this is the high. I mean, that's our range right there. It sucks. And I would put this up here and just simply call this last opposing candle to the swing. This one right up here. Hold on. This one. I would call this resistance until further notice. That's the last opposing candle to the swing. That's an order block, right? We don't talk a whole lot about order blocks here, but order blocks are the last opposing candle to the swing, and it's part of zone craft, which is something that it's just about zones. You know, it's crafting your zones. And Troy and I did a whole educational piece on this last year. It was actually pretty cool. You can literally just use these to enter. I mean, there's a lot of different entry models out there, right? But zone craft and order blocks are part of the smart money concepts theory and part of structure as well. Because once these zones are broken, once those order blocks are broken and candle bodies close beyond them, structure is broken. So it falls in line with the same stuff, right? It's all structure based. So now what are we doing today? We have Trump fears. So definitely tariff fears today. That's why I have it in the title. Volatility is definitely high, and we can go over here and look at the VIX and see the volatility. If you don't know about the VIX, this correlates with the markets in the opposite way. I mean, the VIX had a, look at this, man, massive jump up, massive gap, okay? So we were sitting down here around 15, 16. We cruised up on Friday. I thought that was interesting. You know, we kind of cruised up very quickly, impulse up. Look at this impulse. Look at the impulse. It's wild, right? Now, typically when you have these impulses, what happens? You follow through, right? So, you know, similar here, we impulse down, we kind of mess around, then we follow through. I think the same thing's happening here, potentially happening here. The market is very resilient because there's a lot of powder, like dry powder on the sidelines. There's something like a few $1 trillion on the sideline. Believe it or not, that has not been injected into the market. This is from hedge funds, pensions, etc., that, you know, like money managers around the world. So being that there's so much dry powder, which is crazy, you might wonder where all that has come from. Believe it or not, there's still a lot of leftover money from COVID. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild how much money was dished out during COVID, but there's still a lot of money there. Now, gold is still on the rise. So we know that gold has been on the rise. Typically when gold goes up, what does that mean for the stock market, basically? And, you know, when indices, what does that typically mean for crypto? It typically means down. It's literally a direct correlation. When you see gold go up, it's a safe haven. So why are people putting money in gold instead of the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq? Well, it's simple. This is safer. Gold is safer. So in times of war, in times of uncertainty, this is where people are going to put their money. They're going to put it in gold, because although it doesn't yield the same returns, gold preserves wealth. That's what it's made to do. Now, Bitcoin, on the other hand, preserves and creates. And so Bitcoin preserves and creates. And if you've heard about the 4-year rule, Michael Saylor talks about this. He's the CEO of MicroStrategy. They hold more Bitcoin than anyone in the world, I believe, at this point. Like, it's up there, man. It's like 200 something thousand Bitcoin. It's crazy. But anyways, 4-year rule says that if you buy Bitcoin, you need to have 4 years in your mind, because 4 years from now, it's going to yield, I think it's roughly like 30 or 40%. It's like, it's up there. If you just hold, it's up there. It's pretty wild, the numbers. I mean, obviously, guys, you know, Bitcoin has done millions of percents since its inception. So I have not touched this chart. I have not touched this chart since, I don't know when we looked at it last. I don't know what time frame I put the support on. Maybe it was a daily, I'm thinking, but that worked out pretty well. It bounced right off support. And then I also had a post in school on Friday, and it says Nas short Y. You can read my post. It has a bunch of tweets in there from Donald Trump. So Donald Trump has threatened tariffs and now implementing tariffs, and now a lot of those tariffs will be out and available for public, hopefully probably today, or if they're not already out. A few of them are already out. I don't know. I haven't kept up with the news. I just know that we were supposed to get them over the weekend. So that's interesting, right? And these tariffs are kind of scaring investors. And the reason why market dips, and if you remember this, you'll actually be a better trader, I promise. It'll actually it'll help you with your daily bias. And that is, the markets do not like uncertainty. So I want you to think of news and think of, is it certain or not? And if it's not certain, we're probably going down. Like, there will probably be a sell-off. So it kind of helps knowing just where we're at, you know. Right now it's very uncertain. It's a very uncertain time. So although we can talk about algorithmic things and wanting to fill that gap and go up, until things become more certain, we're going to be very volatile. So I will be looking for sells today. I will be looking for a way to get in with the trend, which is going to be down until further notice. And the notice will be, hey, if we break that 15-minute range to the upside after the market opens, you got me. All right, you'll sell me for at least 30 minutes to an hour. Okay, so I don't know if it'll hold, right? But maybe we get that push up. Now, I do want to ask, because Troy, you were looking at SMT, right? You were looking at last night, right? You had said, what do we got as far as SMT, brother?
So if you go to like, I guess like a 4-hour chart, you can see that we swept the ES swept last week's low.
You want me to go to the 4-hour, because I have the indicator on where it shows it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, so you can see how the ES swept that low right there.
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, you might have to drop down to a different time frame for that to be clear. But yeah, you're marking it out. But you can see the Nasdaq has not swept that low.
Right. Divergence.
Right there. So yeah, you can see it right there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I am bullish until the Nas breaks that low, right?
Got it.
I think that we go fill the gap this week. And if we don't, and we close below that low, a candle body below that low on the Nas, then I'll have to change my mind and say, okay, we're going bearish now. Like, I got to start thinking about shorts. But for now, what I'm looking at is, I'm when I talk, guys, you have to think I'm thinking more long term, like for the week, not today, right, or this morning. Like if I'm looking at the charts this morning, it looks like there's some bearish SMT, like we could probably go down, and that's the whole idea between like low time frame and high time frame SMT is understanding, what it means. And right now on a lower time frame, you can see there's bearish SMT. So now I'm just waiting for the NAS or the ES to sweep its lows, its current lows on this gap down. I don't want the NAS to go all the way down and take out previous week's low, but it can go down and take out this low that we're currently have right now. So now I'm just looking to see which one's taking that low out, and if we form SMT, bullish SMT, to say we could go up higher. But right now it's bearish SMT. But if you are you on a 4 hour?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay, let me look here.
By the way, just want to remind everybody who's in our school community. Let me show you real quick. Inside of the calendar, right here, 10:30 a.m. Wednesday. All right, Wednesday. Open this up. This is Troy teaching you SMT with the One Strat for Life model. And obviously, not everybody has access to this. If you're in live group, you're gonna have access to this, but it's gonna be awesome, man. I'm super pumped for that, dude, by the way.
Yeah, be cool.
Yeah,
I think it'll definitely change the game for people who are currently using the One Strat for Life model and want something that adds more confluence.
Yeah,
and I'll show you how it does that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, Troy is extremely accurate on higher time frames. It's like ridiculous, guys. So we talk about. Well, go ahead, Troy. Let me finish up what you were saying with SMT here.
Yes, I don't know what's going on with your 4 hour Nasdaq chart because it's different than mine. I don't know what settings I have that are making mine look different.
So right click on the chart, go to settings, and then head over to. Let me think, what is it to do? Events. Make sure continuous contract switch is on. And like,
yeah, it is.
It is? Okay. Is it the same micro E-mini? The same micro E-mini?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
So it's the same micro E-mini, and you're on a 4 hour time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has something to do with. Okay, are you on logarithmic over here? Make sure that you're not on logarithmic. Make sure you're on regular.
Where's that at?
Right click the price on the right. Right click the numbers on the right side, the price line, and see where it says regular, percent, index, logarithmic. Make sure you're on regular. I think you're fine with that. Yeah.
I'm on regular right now.
You should be on regular. You're fine. Huh. there is another thing in here. Yeah.
Yeah. So my 4-hour candle.
Are you on the regular the micro E-mini, the MNQ1 exclamation, or are you
I'm
on
on NQ1.
You're on what?
NQ1.
Yeah, so you're on the you're on the quarterly. That's the difference. You're on the quarterly contract cycles. I'm on the continuous contract cycles. So this has actually more volume than the quarterly, but a lot of people do. There's traders that swear by the quarterly. They only trade the quarterly. So, but it doesn't. Yeah, it's all good. Whatever.
Okay, so switch yours to just NQ1. Let me see what it looks like.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Just click that.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Right. Okay, so do you see that 4-hour bullish candle
right here, the newest one?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see how it closed the body over the one to the left?
Yes.
All right. Now switch back to the one you were looking at. It's not it's not there.
Really?
Yeah, you can't see that.
Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, because
so which one do you use? Like, which one's more accurate? I don't understand that.
Well, see, this is the thing about trading, brother, and this is why the idea, in my opinion, and I'm not saying this is why mechanical trading doesn't work, because literally it's not the same on, like, you know, a lot of trading has to do with structure and these type of things where wicks are at and everything, and it's just, if you try.
So what do you type in to get that chart?
This is MNQ1 exclamation point. This is the
MNQ.
continuous rollover chart. This has significantly more volume than the quarterly cycles chart, but that doesn't mean which one's right. You know, it's like this, man. You know, one person trades on Owanda for Forex, another person trades on this broker. The candles are literally different. You know, where they end are completely different.
Okay, so I thought that was just the difference between the mini and the micro chart, right? When you put the M there, it's just it makes it a micro, so you can trade.
Oh no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
But there are, sorry, there's other. Hold on, you're right. But there are, yeah, no, you're right. But look, the quarterly cycle chart is in here too. You know, so like the March, the June, the September. So you could be trading these as well. That's what I thought you were on for some reason. NQH, I forgot. Yeah, you're just on the minis. Yeah. Yeah. Where is the mini? Where's the mini? It's what do you got for that?
Just NQ. Just
yeah,
NQ1.
Just this top one. No, NQ1. Yeah, right here. You know what? I'm probably wrong in the sense that this is mini. So yeah, it's gonna have more volume on the mini, obviously. Yeah. So this is actually the chart I would prefer to use. So I'm gonna leave that up. Thank you for. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but yeah, little stuff like that does matter in my opinion if you're trying to get real technical with this. So yeah. This has significant more volume than the micro, I would imagine. I can actually look and see. Anyways, please continue. Sorry.
Right. So if, you know, typically when you have a bullish candle that closes over a bearish candle like that, like the last move swing down, you can typically expect continuation, like bullish continuation. And like right now we're on the newest 4-hour candle. We are on the like what do you call it? We still have like an hour to go before this closes, but typically you want to buy in that wick. Like when price goes down,
you want to buy in the as it pretty much creates the bottom wick. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it creates the bottom wick.
You know what's interesting to this point is that you know, fibbing out this because price is fractal. First of all, no bottom wick down here. I think that's interesting, something to note. But even if I put a PD up there, you know, premium discount, just so we can see within that 4-hour where things are going. You can see we dipped barely into discount. That's the 50%. That is a Fibonacci level, and then bam, right off that fib, you know, price is obviously bounce. I don't know if it's going to go up or whatever, but you know, this is how you, a lot of people talk about this, you know, and actually putting on the fib itself, where when I say a lot of people, this is a well-known strategy where you're fibbing out 1 4-hour candle, you know, it's during specific time periods, and you're buying at key levels within that one fractal.
Right. So it was just something I was looking at because
yeah.
the ES and YM have not, they look completely opposite of this. So NQ's the only one that looks super like a little more bullish, right? It doesn't look as weak. And then if you drop down to a 1 hour chart on the NAS, you can see there's something there that hasn't been tapped yet.
Yeah.
Right. So put a fib on that swing right there. Just the that lowest red candle. Not, you know, you can see the swing point. It's the pivot, not that one. The one there. You know, to the right. Go to the right.
Yeah. The swing point here. The last.
Yeah. Now go there to the top.
Yeah.
Or to the high, the current high. Right there, yeah. Now where's 50% at? Where would you be looking to buy if you were going to take a long here? Where would that be? What coincides with 50%? What's right there in the middle? Everybody can see it. To the left. What is that right there? You need a little box tool. You see it? See the FEG right there in the middle?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for people to answer.
Oh. Anybody see?
But when you ask questions though, you do second guess. I get why people don't answer right away, because see fair value gap. Is that what you're referring to right here?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, there's a tiny one. We kind of filled it already, so I'm not marking that. I don't really see any, you know, clear shelf on this time frame, but I like how this coincides with the fib. This would be your golden pocket down here. So I mean, that's very close to 0.618. This is a sweet target right there, honestly. Yeah, I would not be surprised if there's some buying right there.
Yeah, now pop down to a like a 15 or a 5, right?
Here's a 15.
Yeah. So what did we grab?
We grabbed London's high. Is that what you mean? Up here?
Yep. And we also.
Well, that is London actually, isn't it? Let me turn on oh yeah, it's London's high. So we grabbed Asia's high. Sorry, yeah. Oh, we also grabbed a little bit of the gap.
Yes, we tapped into the gap. We took out pretty much Asia's high. And what do we also have, if you look at YM, we have SMT. You know, YM has not, or the Dow has not gone back up into the gap, has not taken out Asia's high, has done any of that. So there's bearish SMT, right?
So YM hasn't done. I don't have YM up. You still look at YM too?
Yeah, when it's in sync.
Okay. I'll pull YM up here just because you go ahead and apply this to everything. There we go.
Yeah. So you see how it's not grabbed that high.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. Not even close.
Okay, so like what we have kind of playing out right now is the one strat for life. Like we're above true day open. Where would price most likely want to go if it's going to go higher?
Well, on a 30-minute time frame, you have the very clear a very clear one strat for life model right here. This is the 30-minute FV. This is a 30-minute breaker, excuse me, and it does overlap fair value gaps. So you could argue that this could be a really solid area to potentially, you know, go for a long.
Right. So now go down to a 15 and look at a bearish scenario. Right. I'm not looking at the 30. Look at the 5 or the 15.
A bearish scenario?
Yeah, let's look at the bearish scenario. Like, how do we get down to that breaker? How do we get down to that level that makes sense to take a buy?
Yeah, let me go just to the, you're talking about just the Nas, right? Just the Nasdaq?
Yeah, you can look at between the Nasdaq and Dow. I mean, it's fine.
Well, you want me to look at the Dow too? Let me just blow one of these up because it gets a little confusing with everything up there. I just want to take everything off and then show it. So here's 15. This is the grab of Asia's high, so we can call that a high time frame grab. So we have checkbox 1 done. We do have apologize guys, I'm a little under the weather, but I feel I'm okay, but I'm a little under the weather. Sorry about that. So yeah, basically we have a little bit of a break of structure, but I just don't love it, but it's because it didn't really follow through. But we do have a break of structure here. So this would be a break of structure. We have a swing failure. So last opposing candle to that swing is going to be this right here. That's the breaker. That breaker got broken, so I would actually probably move it over here. This is a new breaker, and that hasn't been broken. So
what typically happens during open?
A grab, like a manipulation move. So maybe you're thinking grab up here first, then swing down.
Yeah, take out London's high
right here, and then down, leave a breaker, leave a gap, boom, enter right there.
And then where's our target?
Yeah,
I mean, the one that I talked about.
It would be this breaker here, pretty much. It'd be pretty close.
It'd be that 1 hour fair value gap we marked out on a higher time frame.
Yeah, this is it right here. So that would be the target down here.
Yes.
So essentially what you're saying is if we don't manipulate the high, you're looking for a potential long. If we manipulate the high, you're looking for a potential reversal down to this target area. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
That keeps things pretty simple. You guys like Troy's analysis? Smash the like button if you like the analysis, man. That was pretty solid, dude. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get much clearer than that. And it gives you a really solid game plan for the day, how things are going to open up. Which is really nice because a lot of people are like, I don't know what's happening during this open, and maybe it goes up, maybe it goes down. I have no idea. So instead, we have a game plan based on how the market moves, right? And obviously, it doesn't have to do these things, but it's very typical what he's saying. What we see play out most likely, and that's what we're doing here. We're trading odds. That's how we've been getting so many wins consistently on the channel. Right here live in front of your face, man. Even calling the drop on Friday, in the school group, you're part of the school community. It's kind of funny, but this is the post that I made, and really funny because I said it's almost a guarantee that we gap down Monday morning. So smash the like button if you like getting this kind of awareness. And I'm not being cocky, but it's just what we do, man. I actually do this for a living. I don't just make money off of my memberships or YouTube. That's not enough, trust me. But anyways, yeah, if you like that, if you want to join the community, you go check out the challenge as well. We're going to be releasing that. I know I've had some setbacks there, so it's my fault. But the interactive challenge is going to be pretty much done today. But I don't want to say a date because then I keep saying it's coming out today and it doesn't, and I feel bad. We just had
you might have to go hit golf balls with friends today at lunch, so it might not get done today.
That's messed up, man. that's messed up.
Hey, that's life, man.
No, but
Let's see. Do I want to make training for people, or do I want to go hit golf balls? Golf balls is pretty fun.
Hey, I didn't do that. Relax. That wasn't me.
Just busted your balls.
No, man. It's just I've been working all weekend on it actually. But anyways, but do you like that, guys? I mean, we got a couple of likes in here. You guys smash the like button for Troy. Get the YouTube algorithm going. Wake up a little bit. Let's go, man. This is one of the best channels out here, showing you guys, teaching you as we're trading. It's not just me getting into trades saying go long, go short. And we did, let me pull up my prop
I'm going to go grab
accounts.
another cup of coffee. I'll be right back, guys.
Cool, bro. I'm going to pull up the 11 Apex, prop accounts here. Let's see if they actually turned these. See, what is up with these guys, man? I already paid for the freaking thing. I don't get it. I got 11 accounts passed and I don't have any PAs going on here. This is lame. So I don't know if it like, do you have to trade 7 days? Is that like a thing for real? I heard you get it in 1. Anyways. All right, well, I'm not gonna go over there, but that goal has been met on 11 accounts and I'm just waiting for those to go live. I guess I won't be trading that. Oh, I have to make a trade in and out just so I have something on the board. You don't have to be, there we go, done. All right, exiting out of that. I guess that's pretty pointless. So we'll be looking at cash account trading most likely today. It's gonna be more of a day trade setup. So with day trades, we're probably not gonna be in for seconds. We got, I don't remember the days last week, but every day was crushing it. And one of those days we had 6 wins. The other day we had 8 wins. And I'm talking about morning session and evening. So if you want to trade with me, you need to tick the notification bell because I go live at 7:30 in the morning. I also go live at 1:30 p.m. Okay, for the power hour. I skipped Friday because it was pretty obvious. Friday was just a dud. Friday was just not, it wasn't good. Power hour was not good. It was down. It was tariffs. We reversed on the day. The day said up, and then we had news, and everyone was like, why are we dumping? I've posted on my X. If you follow me on X, I do post a lot of public, a lot of information just for the public or whatever, just stuff that I'm thinking, just rando stuff, kind of. I don't know how to grow subscribers on X, really. I'll be honest. I'm really bad at it. I just post my thoughts. And I don't know, people can't handle the truth, man. But no, I just on X, I posted up a picture of all the tariffs that Trump announced, and that's the reason for the dump on Friday. That's, if you're wondering why we reversed, like, that's why we reversed. Okay. So yeah, just looking at the markets today, like I said, I've been I don't know, you guys have been trading with me, so how long have I been calling for a dump on Bitcoin? And I've been calling for a dump here for a while now, and it's because you see this amazing divergence. Look at this divergence. See the volume flow? This is a volume flow indicator. This shows what's underneath the belly of the market, right? Underneath surface, underneath this, which is sometimes price is lying. And you can tell, you know this because you can go and you can look at, remember what's insane, guys, this is what's so crazy, and this is why I feel like the markets can be sort of algorithmic, so to speak, okay? You guys want to hear something? This is nuts on Friday, what happened. And it played out to the T. It's like, it's pretty wild. Smash the like button if you want to hear what I have to say. It's in order to be a profitable trader, you have to have things that you, like tools in your tool belt, that you can rely on, that aren't lying to you all the time. And I have 2 things that I love, that I look at just as confluence to help me with my analysis, okay? So first of all, if you want to hear what those 2 things are, we got to get a few more likes in here, guys. We got to turn up the algorithm, smash it. I see you, Sam. I see you. Membership pending. Awesome, dude. So what happens, Sam, is you'll be let into the group along with, the other people that are in there, and basically everyone will show up to Thursday's call. But in between now and whenever, if it's this Thursday or the following Thursday, you'll have training, you'll have interactive training, so you'll enjoy it, man. I spent a lot of time putting it together, so I hope you enjoy it. But we'll get your feedback on it. So guys, if you want to hear what the 2 indicators that I use to give me really good confluence in the market, and this is stuff you could add to your chart right now. You can literally add these 2 things to your chart, and I use them, and I'm going to show you what happened Friday. It's absolutely wild. Smash the like button if you want to see it. We only got 12. We got 21 people in here, only 12 likes, so we're going to have to turn it up. I'm going to wait. Until then, we could just wait because I'm not really doing anything until the market opens anyways. In between now and the the time where you guys press a button on your phones or screens, we could take a look at Bookmap real quick, and we can see that Bookmap has a lot of resting liquidity up at 21,249. Let me zoom out a little bit more here, and 21,150. So we look at those levels. I'm going to mark those levels on the chart. Those are somewhat close to price, so we'll just go ahead and mark these out. 21,150. Boy, that 21,150 level has been a key level. I feel like I keep saying 21,150. I said that last week a few times. Or at least once or twice. I don't know. We were waiting for it one of these days. Okay, so let me see. Check the likes. We're only at 12. So somebody's helping and some people are not doing anything. But I can show you what happened on Friday. I am actually excited to show you because it played out to the T, man. And pretty simple too. So I know a lot of people use moving averages, especially swing traders. You know, if you're familiar with the 9 EMA and the 21, these are very sort of old school and just tried and true and proven techniques to win. That's just a fact. I mean, that's just a fact. But so I'll go back here. It's a fact. You have the 9 and the 21, and when you go to the daily time frame, I mean, it's like a 40% win rate and just steady gains. It's a 1 to 2 risk reward. There's a particular entry model. If you want to know what that entry model is, join the challenge, because I'm going to show you swing traders. If you want to learn how to swing trade, I'm going to show you that system, and then I'm going to show you what I've done to it to increase probability, which is, it's pretty badass, to be honest with you. But anyways, so how many likes do we have? We got 12. We still don't have enough. We still don't have enough. We get to at least 16, then I'll show you. I'll show you the indicators that can help you, and I'll show you what actually played out Friday. Yeah, but anyways, sometimes we have these, you know, we'll call them impulsive moves here. And when we have these impulsive moves, we have to be aware that when you have these impulsive moves, in my opinion anyways, you have to be aware that behind these impulses, right, and this, the weight of the market is above here. It's like a cloud, right? It's just like a nasty cloud. It's just raining, you know, it's raining down, and, you know, you got lightning. This is, what am I doing, right? This is horrible lightning. I don't know. So that's almost looks, it almost looks inappropriate. I gotta so anyways, it's gonna rain on us for a while, man. That doesn't just go away. It's like a thunderstorm, okay? It's gonna last for it's like a hurricane. That's what it's like. We got 14 likes. We're 2 away. We're 2 likes away from me showing you. This is the only way I can get, you know, hey, look, you gotta, this is payment. This is how you pay right here. You gotta pay with likes. And, you know, I gotta make it happen. I gotta just be, I know I'm a hard ass. Let me tell you. I know I'm a hard ass, guys. There it is. All right. So let's run it down. Okay. So very simply said, we have 2 indicators here. The VFL. This is this indicator here is the VFL. It's a volume flow. Excuse me. The volume flow is right here. Okay. And then we have CVD, cumulative volume delta. I'm not going to go into training that right now. If you want training on that, click the link in the chat and join the challenge. But I am going to show you what happened Friday, because it is pretty badass that this is how I was able to just eat, like I called this dump in a way that I should have just taken the damn short, but lots of reasons why I didn't. But anyways, okay, so look, we're here on the 5. We have VFL, And the way that we look at VFL is swing points, right? So I'm not gonna do a whole training on this, but you have a wave right here, right? And you have price. So we'll mark out where price is and where that wave is at, okay? Now, notice something. Here we go, I'm gonna play this out. Where is price and where is the wave? Do you see it? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna back it up 1 bar. Okay. I'm gonna hide CVD first, okay? I'm gonna blow this up. Can you see it? Where's price and where's the wave? Let me blow the wave up. Do you see how the blue line is under this wave right here? That's closed. This body is closed, right? I'll get to the 9 and the 21 cross is a swing trade strategy, Jay. So again, if you want to know more about that, join the challenge, brother. I'll blow your mind with statistics in there too. Anyways, so VFL is below the previous swing. It's very simple. What that suggests is that this is now, how many, we at 8 minutes, okay. This is now a hidden divergence. When VFL gets beyond where the previous swing point for price is, that's what we call a hidden divergence, okay? Now, there was no, when I zoom out here, and I just go from, you know, the most relative swing to the most relative swing up here, highs, the swing highs, there was really nothing here. If I mark this out and I go right where that's at and I mark this, there was really nothing here. Price went up, VFL went up. Okay, all good, cool. Now I can show you over here that it doesn't matter. We're looking at hidden divergence, very obvious after the market opens. There's an 830 candle right here. What else happened? We had the 830 range, that first 15-minute range that was broken on the 5, right? So, oh, thank you, Juan. Appreciate you. Lightly tap, just lightly, gently tap the like button. I like that. Thank you. Yeah, so essentially that hidden divergence ended up playing out in literally the next candle. Watch this, bam. Now they line up, they sync up, right? Now it's played out. Like once that plays out, you don't know. But if I took a short up here, right, and I had a stop loss, say a tight stop, you know, because I mean, if I think this is gonna play out, you know, I'm gonna give it, that's 47 points, dude. So I mean, say I give it like 30, 40 points, something like that, you know, just feel good about it. I don't know what to tell you. Put it behind the last candle's wick if you really want to be safe. If you think it's gonna come up and, you know, here's a shelf that was never tapped. So if you like have that, then put it above the shelf. Okay. So let's say I had something like this and I'm looking for a price to get under here. Under where? My kids do that all the time. Anyways, where is price going? We don't know, but guess what? Now I have a break-even stop. Bam. Now I have a risk-free trade, and let's play the next couple candles out. Doesn't quite go up to the entry. It almost takes out that high and then just continues to drop. And our external liquidity target is all the way down here. We do have another swing point here, so that's another target. So you could easily mark these targets out and say, you know what? Let's try to get some. And then at the same time, what do we have with VFL? VFL does not show any divergence. Now, if you don't know about divergences, that's when price is going the opposite direction of the indicator of the waves. Now, here's what's also interesting is where was VFL when I zoom out? Where is it? And if I go all the way to the left, you can kind of see it's over here at this swing point. That means it took out all this. That means this swing point as well. So that means it should be, price should be here, right? Let's continue to watch it. Now, we can't determine the gap. We don't know what's happening over the weekend, okay? But this all panned out pretty damn perfectly and some. And now we have, you know, obviously VFL, it does not play gaps. So it just kind of, it's up there still, right? So now we kind of start over with a fresh spot with VFL. And you can see, what does VFL do in the overnight session? So, and it's less liquidity in the overnight session. So I'm gonna get these off. I'm gonna get these off, but I want you to see something. What does VFL do right here? Here's the overnight session. I'll put the range, session range on so you can see it. So notice we open up, right? VFL's horizontal. All right, this is where price is at. This is where, and what does VFL do? It dips. It dips dramatically harder than price, correct? Okay, so less volume in the markets. We want to keep that in mind, but I just want to also say that the VFL is kind of a leading indicator, right? So although this didn't play out, and we want to wait for a volume to kick in, now when volume starts to kick in, if we get a divergence or if VFL dips below this line, below this low right here, we can officially now say that low should match up with the low of price. Okay, so this is how I would look at that. And so it's an odds multiplier. That's what that is. And I'm gonna go ahead, I know we got 4 minutes now, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Here is CBD. So this is the other indicator. At the same time, and we would be looking at these separately, but also in conjunction with each other, if that makes sense. So here's CBD. Let me get CBD up here. And so what CBD does, it's more on a lower time frame. So I'm going to go down to the 1 minute because you really have to look at CBD on low time frames. I would recommend the 1, the 5. I mean, really the 1 is better than even the 5. And so let's back it up. Interesting, we have this sort of gap here. I don't know if that's, I think that's a glitch inside of the matrix. It's a glitch inside the matrix. I'm not really sure where that went, but on Friday, I think it was on maybe a 5 minute time frame, it was falling in line with VFL perfectly. Here we go. Okay, so you can see that this swing point here, right where price is at right here. Let me see, was it today? Was it Friday? It's actually maybe a different day, actually. Now that I'm thinking of it, I don't know if I used CBD on Friday, but this is the same concept. And when they line up, it's a beautiful thing. Hang on, let me see something here. So 5 minute. Yeah, I typically use it on the 1 minute. That's why it's not showing up. That's the problem. I don't know what's going on here. Some type of glitch in the matrix here. I was on the, okay, this is the micro. I did have, let me see, man. I'm gonna switch my chart. Let's go to the mini. Still the same thing with no data. That is weird. It was there Friday and it's not there today. I don't know what's going on. That's really strange. Okay, well, that indicator's messed up right now. I don't know what's going on, but the same concept applies. Sorry guys, I don't know what's happening there, but same concept applies where you can use it to dictate where price could be headed. And especially if you have, you know, let's say you have targets that you lined out, or you have a daily bias and it falls in line with that, that just goes in conjunction with your bias and everything. It just goes to your odds multiplier. So let's go ahead and look at price currently. Let's get ready for open. Hope you guys enjoyed that little breakdown. Sorry, CBD wasn't working, but you did get a nice VFL overview there. And so you can kind of see right now, like, look at VFL, look at price, and where price is at, where these lows are at, where VFL is at, right? And so just kind of watching these and seeing, you know, we did have equal lows up here. So these are sort of equal lows during London. You can see that, right? And because we had these equal lows and VFL is way down here. See the tip down here, tip of VFL, it's way down. So we have, this is a bearish hidden divergence is what that is. So I would expect price to be down here. Is it never played out? Now it doesn't have to play out. I just want to be very clear. It doesn't have to play out, but I would expect price to play out at this point because the volume flow, it's obviously it's seemingly bearish anyways. I'm not looking at the numbers over here, whether we're below the center zero line or not. I'm just simply looking at divergences when I'm looking at VFL. We're also above VWAP right now on the 1 minute time frame. Let me make sure this is also the same chart. I'm gonna switch things up, man. I'm switching it up. Jay Black says 950, 2145 on the 5 minute, has an 87 to 90% win rate on reversal. So basically Asia's open on the 5. Asia's open on the 5, eh? I think that's something a lot of pro traders look at. Actually, it's more London, not Asia. So I don't know what you're talking about. 1850. It's like right when market opens. Yesterday near the low. Okay, got you. Like the low of Asia. Yeah, man, that's, you know, we look at this stuff, Jay. If you're familiar with how we kind of teach and trade, we use a few different entry models. I mean, I've been trading 8 years, so I have a lot of stuff up my sleeve, you know, and you might see me trade differently, different days are different. Look at the volume right now, just totally weak. This volume is very weak right now. So we use, you know, one strap for life model would dictate that, you know, high time frame liquidity or session liquidity is right down here anyways. So we have the lows of yesterday right here. We have yesterday's previous daily low right here. We also have Asia's low. Okay. We also have London low. Go ahead and pull this over to the side. And we'll just mark these, right? So there's London sell side liquidity. We have Asia sell side liquidity. We also have previous daily low. So what this would suggest, what our entry model suggests is, and here we have very importantly London's high, like we discussed with Troy, because that would align with SMT if we go take out that high. And then sorry, not SMT, if we take this high and pull down, it aligns with our game plan for the day. Let me just mark this so I can think. Buy side liquidity up there. Right, so if this is the grab, we were talking about it earlier, price could come, take this out, create a breaker somewhere down here, maybe on a 5, potentially even a 1. That would be the one strap for life model, because we are at a premium on the day. Now we're at a discount within the higher time frame swing, but we're at a premium on the day. And then, you know, taking this down, I don't have, because I switched my chart, all the stuff that I had on that other chart is gone. So I have to come back in here and mark some stuff out real quick, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so sorry, a little bit confusing if you're looking at the chart here with me, but I'll get it down. So we got this 1 hour fair value gap right here. This was our target. We also have no bottom wick there. I thought that was interesting, but we have 1 hour fair value gap. This middle of the gap looks like a pretty nice target, especially if it aligns with a grab from up here. And on a lower time frame, we might be able to get the drag down, right? So if that happens, we could be looking nice. We also have, structurally speaking, we have the 1 hour structure here. So, you know, right now we do have a swing point. 3 candle pullback rule is in play. So swing point is right here. We have the gap, the overnight gap, weekend gap, you know, very, very big gap. So it's like Troy said, he's probably right. It's like, you know, we'll probably play out similar to what we did last week, man. Price just grinded up all week and then the dump on Friday. So we could potentially do the same thing. It likes to repeat. Price does like to repeat. And I could see this imbalance getting filled a little bit more. If we go and take a look at like a 4 hour time frame, and let's see, I'm going to show you a different chart. I'm going to show you the MA ribbons so you can see what a lot of people are looking at on a higher time frame with the Nasdaq right now. Let's see if this works. Come on. There we go. So, you know, you hear the 9 to 21 crossover. I know somebody in here asked earlier, and I had mentioned it. So this is a nice trend up. A lot of touch points within the middle of the blue and the white, even down to the red line. You know, you could be potential buys depending on where and how much you're willing to let price breathe and your stop loss. But these are higher time frame moves, man. So, you know, I like to give myself a lot of space. I like to, you know, just beat the market at the end of the year. I mean, I don't really, you know, that's all I care about. So really nice uptrend. And then you get this, you know, impulse down, grind back up in, you know, your impulses, this started it. This all started it right here. Impulse down, grind up, lower low. You can see the lines start to get a little bit jumbled up here. Now these top lines aren't as significant as the bottom. Why don't I have the 9? You get that 9 going too. Okay. So that's the close moving average as well. So so a lot of people do mess with the 9. Actually, this should actually be 21 for this scenario. I changed this. That's my fault. 21, 34, 100 and 200. That's fine. So similar to how Bill Williams had his indicators set up, I just don't have fractals on. But what does this look like right here? What kind of trend is that for trend traders? Look at this. This is all that matters right here. So we have no direction. That's what that says. We have no direction, and we had no direction. We had it back here was this wrecked a lot of people. It's because if I take this back and I were to ask you, what does it look like? You'd have said, okay, it looks like we're going down, right? We got MAs, the alligators are opened up, right? So the William alligators. And so your thought process here is very simple. You start to take shorts, and usually smart people average into their positions. That's the way I was taught, and that's the way not everybody teaches, because people don't like it. People don't like the average, the concept of averaging. I don't know. They don't like doing the math, but this is how the greats did it. They average into their position. So we look here, those would be like 3 positions right there lined out. Okay, so let's play this out a little bit. So you rock position number 1, you're in profit, cool. Never turn a winning trade into a losing trade, so break even on that. Okay, we break even on the first trade, we rock these 2 positions right there. And what happens? Well, you get into profit on your first position, this position right here, I mean your second position right here, your best position, break even stop. You're looking for the runner, right? So break even stop on that. You're in your second position. You're not far enough away from price just yet. Okay, so you end up breaking, this position gets break even, and you know, you don't really have a better buy up here, right? So this position gets broken even, this position gets broken even, this position's in drawdown, and because you close this candle above this line right here, you have to exit that trade and then just wait again, because you're looking for the actual, this is how you trend trade. That's the actual, I mean, if you want to have a mechanical system, that's how you do it. Then what happens? Well, then you get almost, the white line needs to cross. It didn't cross. So you're not doing anything. You don't get faked out there. And what happens? They come right back down, all jumbled up. Just, they're not spread out nicely. They're horrible. It's a horrible idea for trading in this area. And this is going to be day traders and scalpers in this area. This is going to be not, your swing traders are nowhere to be found. So none of that really matters. We're looking at mainly scalping on these lower time frames, right? Okay, so let's go back down on a lower time frame. Okay, so you have the first 10 minutes of the day. I'm looking for that first 15-minute range. I'm not doing anything until I get that first 15-minute range. I'm going to mark that out. We do have a grab of London highs, so I'm not really concerned with the 5-minute just yet. Let's take a look at the 15. Looks like a very different story, right? So gotta use that 15-minute range. Do not get faked out on these lower time frames. If you're using the 5, you're using the 1, if you're using, I'm just letting you know that there's no direction for the day yet. So this is, in my opinion, just the grab still. We can also look over here at Bookmap and see where liquidity is at. And I did not mark it. I did mark it, but it's not there anymore. But that 250 level, 21,250, I had marked, and it's not on my chart because I switched up my chart. So now let's open this up. We do have a hotspot 21,168. So 21,168 down here. Let me see where that's at. 21,168. So right in here. Here's the Bookmap hotspot. I'll go ahead and mark that. Okay, so we're waiting. We want that first 15-minute range to get settled. We're not going to take any. If anything, I'm looking for shorts here. I'm not looking to go long. If anything, I said, I'm not necessarily looking for anything just yet, but we got no top wick. And I would say this, for a normal structure, the only reason why I'm not taking this as, I'm taking a little lighter, because we are still within that first 15-minute range, okay? But normally I would call this a shelf. It is. That is a shelf, and I am the shelf king. So we have the shelf, we have a closure above, and we have a nice volume breakout looking without a top wick. We have a nice volume breakout without a top wick here on the 5. So what do we think is probably most likely going to happen? Well, typically when you don't have a top wick, you open low. This is actually not a bad move to the upside. It's just we're within that first 15-minute candle range. So it's up to you, but if we can get down here and tap this shelf, it's very small. The shelf is actually only very small. I'm going to include this little wick here. I could include the previous wick, but I like to go with the last opposing candle of the swing. That's my preference, right? You could order stack here, right? You could have a few orders. I don't know how deep it's going to go. You could line this out. You got to be very careful if you're going to order stack, because you need to know pretty much what you're risking per, like if you have all your stops, let's say you have all your stops underneath this candle's wick right here, right? You just need to understand, you have to do the math. This one is 105 pips, sorry, not 105, my bad. Let me see. 61 points, right? This one's 47 points, and this one's 32 points. So pretty healthy stops, man. But if you're gonna dollar cost average, you would have gotten into 1, 2. Now, looking pretty good on this trade. Idea for 2. You didn't get the third one rocked off yet, but the thing is, man, is that the reason why I don't trade the first 15 minutes is because a lot of grabs, a lot of manipulation. It doesn't have to go and create the top wick. It is only a 5. Let's check out the 15 again. Now we have 1 minute. Look at what we're doing in this 1 minute. Yeah, I'd be out. I'm not interested in these. I'd be out. Because look at what we're doing. This 1 minute candle closes in 30 seconds and we're pushing below the range. So I'm going to say this might have been the grab right there. So we grab the highs. Very low time frame trading. You got to let that first 30 minutes just rock out. I'm going to leave this up here actually, and get some direction for the day. Don't be too much of a degenerate. And I know I see the book map. Okay, hot spot right there, 21,209. I'll go back to the chart here. Yeah, 21,209. So that's literally a perfect tap of the shelf. I'll go back to the 5 minute and show you what I was doing here. Sorry about that. I wasn't sharing the right screen. I'll put these back up here and then you can see what I was doing. Where are we at, man? Come on. Okay, so those were the idea trades. Sorry about that, guys. those are the 3 trade ideas, right? So that's why when we bounced here, we went up here, and then I said, okay, we're out. So I was getting rid of these. So sorry about that. Yeah, so Shell 5 minutes, not really concerned with that because look at the 15. We closed inside that range on a 15-minute time frame. So the idea does not look very good on a 15. So I don't want to get faked out on the 15. We did exactly pretty much what Troy said we were going to do and what he's been waiting for. So next hotspot, 21,210. That looks like it's going to get grabbed, guys. So 21,210 right here. It's pretty much grabbing it now, almost. It's gonna grab it. It's super hot. So I can see these liquidity levels inside a book map. So what is this? A little 10-point move, 5-point move. All right. Well, that got grabbed faster than I could even update. 21,160 right down here. 21,1. I mean, shoot for 21. Let's see, 21,160. We're below VWAP and bookmap now. Take a look at the 1 minute chart. 21,162. All right, this is way down here, guys. So I'm gonna mark that out. What's the pippage here? We got 47 pips. 1-to-1 is here. It's not a bad idea. It's just there's no real entry model here, so I'm not trading it. We got the first 15-minute range being is that being broken yet? No, we have it down here. Let me mark out the first 15-minute range too. So this is what I'm most interested in right now. I'm most interested in seeing what happens with this 15-minute range.
If you're looking at the one strat for life model too, we want to see a break below that last swing point, and then we could be looking at a short right there, just for those that are watching that.
Yeah, 21,162 is a definite hot spot. I have it marked out in here. So I got a little zone marked. I would just say that that's an interesting level for a price to get down to. It's the next major liquidity level in bookmap. There really isn't anything above us, guys. I mean, I would say I'm pretty freaking confident we're gonna just hit that, man. How many points is that? That's 40 points from here. Whether we go up, I think we're below VWAP, aren't we? Are we I mean, okay, we're above VWAP. We're below VWAP in bookmap though. Just below it. And whether we go up to fill a little bit or not, but this is the hot spot right here. I'll point an arrow to it. Let's check out VFL. And this is where you can, like I said earlier, you can use indicators to determine whether or not your idea has legs and give it a little bit of extra confluence. So VFL, let's go ahead and look what I'm looking at. Here's the swing point right here with price, right? So this is the swing point. Last opposing candle to swing. And I guess VFL has it really right here. Okay, so it's fine. It's very close. Now look over to the right. Price has not crossed the swing point. VFL has not crossed that swing point. What happens if VFL does? Hopefully that makes sense. It's a very simple concept, but a little bit more fluid. And my chart is just taking forever to load. I don't know what's going on. I was trying to check out the 30-second chart. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. kind of resilient up at that 95 level here. PMI manufacturing final renewed expansion surge in confidence in January. Okay, interesting. Let me go over to Forex Factory and see the news real quick, because I guess we updated PMI. If you guys are ready for a trade, you know what to do. You know what to do. We're gonna get it off. We gotta be patient, man. I see you, whoever you are. I saw that tick. I saw that tick and the likes go up. I saw it. You know who you are. A little bit of for like Bitcoin has. Oh, I'm on Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't really care about Bitcoin right now. Anybody trading Bitcoin? Let me know. Okay, check it out, guys. Look at what VFL is doing now. See how it's underneath this swing point? So VFL is underneath the swing point. So what does that do? It gives us confidence in this idea that we're going to go down here and tap, right? So being that now it doesn't mean that price can't go up and retrace and tap into some key levels. It just means that most likely this is saying price should be under this swing point right now, and price is not. Okay, so here we go. Let's map out what's above us here. We got a 1 minute fair value gap. I know a lot of traders are looking to take a short off of that, so you got a high time frame grab of liquidity, creating the gap. A lot of traders. I mean, that's like the ICT 2022 model, I think. So this should pan out now. Look at VFL once again. That's why I was saying earlier, smash the like button, because this is some alpha, man. This is like how you can sort of read the future without reading the future. You know, that gives you a little bit more confidence in these type of scenarios, especially when you add Bookmap. We have a hotspot here. We have Bookmap is saying this is where the liquidity is at, and we can see it. I'm not guessing. Does that make sense, guys? Like, we're actually looking at it. There's no guessing. Where's the liquidity? We can see it. It's right there. That's what price is magnet. That's what the magnet is for price, why it moves. And here we go, dipping down into it. See that? So when you have certain confluences like this, it does help. I'm not saying you're going to win every trade, of course, but my gosh, if you can improve 20%, how much of a difference would that make in your trading? Here we go. VFL still pointed straight down. We should be able to grab that, no problem. We should be able to grab that. What is that? How many ticks is this? If you're still not in, I don't know how, you know, this is a great little scalp, 40-point scalp. Protect your downside. You know, that first trade, it would have been break even. We didn't tap this shelf, so just notice we do have a shelf right here. Okay, so price can come back. She can tap the shelf, but she didn't have to. But that would be good structure. Structurally speaking, this would be the right play, right? So you let price do its thing, and then move down. Let price tap in here. If she doesn't respect this shelf, and you don't have a break-even stop, and she closes above the shelf in the consolidation, you close out the trade with less of a loss. It's about losing less. But look at VFL. Look at where this hotspot is at. And if you're looking at structure, we just broke structure as well in a 1 minute. There's a tap. So she should respect that area. If she doesn't respect that area, if she doesn't respect this shelf, then this will tell you that price might reverse. It's that simple. Did she grab liquidity? No. Still there. So don't get freaked out. Once she taps and moves back into the bottom range of this consolidation range, you got to put your stop loss down, break even at that point. I do. I'm not saying you should, but you know, if you're in profit, why wouldn't you? You know, if she's tapped and it looks good, why wouldn't you? All right, we got 4 minutes before ISM PMI manufacturing comes out. So a little bit of news here. So keep that in mind too. 4 minutes till news. I would be highly shocked if we don't grab this liquidity level before then, but maybe it's waiting for the news to grab it. You can see VFL is showing us that we've crossed over. So this was a minute ago. VFL crosses over. Now that doesn't mean that you're just headed up. I just want to be very clear. It still has a hidden divergence underneath the swing. Massive. This is when I say massive, I mean, it's not massive, but it's pretty obvious. Look, here's the swing, right? And price did what? Well, look are these, sorry, I said hidden divergence. It already played out, but look, I'm gonna light these up with, we'll go with purple. No, we'll go with, yeah, yellow. We're gonna go with yellow. So here's yellow. Okay. Let's see here. And go with yellow over here too. Okay, so you can just kind of see they're both headed where? They're both pointing down, right? They're both pointing down. So price is retracing. See where this candle ended? It ended in the consolidation range, not respecting the shelf. So you have to respect that. That's usually a sign of reversal. So if you didn't have a break even, if you didn't, you know, maybe some of you trailed. I know if you're trading a prop account, you really don't want 20 points of drawdown after you're up. That's on you. That you got to be very careful. You got to be able to take trades. If you're feeling good about it, then you got to take that win. And you can't let it come back to your break even if you have a trailing drawdown. But notice what happens when price does not respect our shelf. And this is very, very, very. This data, guys, is so it's so valuable. It's so valuable, man, to know structure and have a foolproof belief system in structure is so valuable. So does that mean we're not going to take out liquidity level? Absolutely not. It means that we have to have an entry model to be able to get in, right? So if that shelf is the entry model, which it is, it played out. It just didn't grab our quote made up target, and it's our made up target because it's our idea of where price can go. But that doesn't mean you turn a winning trade into a losing trade. Try to never turn a winning trade into a losing trade, right? So I'm showing you worst case scenario, you lose less, okay? And that's the key to trading. You lose less because you're gonna lose. It's just a matter of how much you're gonna lose, okay? Let me go to chat. How you guys doing, man? You guys doing all right today? Everyone have a good weekend. Charles said, did anyone see that Walgreens canceled all of their dividends? Glad I lost half of my investment in Walgreens 2 years ago and decided to cut ties due to all the looting. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, Walgreens has got some issues right now for sure. I mean, the looting that they allowed in California, it destroyed businesses. I mean, Walmart's, you know, Walgreens, CVS. I don't know what other stores out there they have. There's a ton that had to move and close. I think even Starbucks closed their locations. It's ridiculous. It's freaking trash, man. So we have that resting liquidity down there, just chilling. We got news dropping, so that's kind of what's going on. We got 8 seconds for news here. This is the liquidity level. This is probably where price is going to go, but let's see what happens here. 2 seconds. 1, it's pending. There's the grab. That was pretty fast, right? There's the grab right there. Just grabbed it. Interesting, eh? All right, it's still pending. I don't know what's going on here, but it's still pending. And you can see that divergence played out, right? Hidden divergence played out. So now 21,127. Down here, guys. This is the next hotspot that I see in Bookmap. below us. Below. So what I want to see is a break of structure here. I want to see a nice inefficiency, like something that gives me a nice fair value gap to the downside, and then I'll feel better about potentially getting into a trade. So that previous target was hit. If you stayed in the trade, I mean, you hit that almost to the T. I mean, perfectly. We got any W's in here? Type W in chat if you got a W with us this morning. Type W in chat if you got a W. If not, that's fine. Type BE if you broke even, because I'm proud of you. If you didn't lose money, that's what's up too. It's just as valuable to not lose money and learn than it is making money. It's and losing. Honestly, all three are valuable. I hate to say that, but all three are valuable. It's all three are valuable. W off of London, nice. Nice. The grab here, beautiful. Down prior, but made most of it back. Word, Jay. Good to see. Good to see you made it back, baby. Let's go. I had a good weekend, bro. Yeah, I was hanging out with me, myself, and I mainly, unfortunately. But I did have a great weekend with the kids on Saturday night. So, kind of already said it earlier, but I went out, we rode the Ferris wheel. It was a good time. All right, so now we're breaking structure. We are dipping down to that level, this book map level. This looks like the other key level. I'm looking for shorts today, mainly because now it looks like we are definitely going to break that 15-minute range. So we're outside the 15-minute range, looking pretty sexy right now for a potential push. I would have been way ahead had I bought gold last night. Yeah, well, all good, man. All good. Yeah, we got the challenge opening up. Link is in chat somewhere. I already posted it, so you have to scroll up and find it. But we're going to be opening that up if you want to join us in the challenge. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be there Thursday night. I'll be there real time doing some live back testing with you guys, showing you the setups in real time and just answering questions from the challenge. Should be a lot of fun. So if you're interested in taking the challenge, it is interactive and it's easy, but it's not easy at the same time. There's a lot of information there, so I'm just going to fair warn you that 8 years of trading cannot be completely taught in, a few hours. It's not possible. But I am going to show you the bulk of what I believe the most valuable stuff that I've learned is. So if you're interested in that, link is in chat somewhere. You have to scroll up and find it. Okay, liquidity down here at 21,127. Is that what I have marked? Yeah, that's what I have marked. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be target. We got 11 minutes to go. We're kind of breaking out now, closing outside of the 15-minute range on a 5-minute candle. And that 5-minute candle is looking pretty healthy. We have a top wick, we got a bottom wick, we have some range. Everything's looking pretty good. So this looks like a setup for a potential continuation down to the 1 hour fair value gap. Now, as far as entry down, this candle really messed us up, but we do have a breaker. I'm gonna mark this out. We have a breaker. So we have a 1-minute breaker block. I'm gonna line this out. We have our high time frame liquidity grab. We have our break of structure was over here, but we didn't really respect that. So I'm gonna use this breaker. We don't have a fair value gap. We do have this other candle here. We can set our stop loss just above the breaker, nice and tight here. Give a little bit of space, about 32. Okay.
Target made up and up for you.
That just like literally went right into the trade idea instantly almost on this candle right here. This is the candle and this is the 905. So the next 5-minute candle. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. Looking pretty good. The trade idea is pretty good. And we got 21,127. So if you're in, this is the short down to 21,127. Okay, so instantly went right up into our trade idea, like almost verbatim. I mean, literally as I was saying is what I mean. Now check this out, guys. What I don't like to see here is this. I'll show you. Not that I'm gonna, this is still a valid trade idea, but see the divergence. So you have VFL going up, you have price coming down lower, so showing a little bit of that divergence, but we do have everything lined up for this short, and it does look good, so it's not like a bad idea. I just want to be very clear. Let me go to the 5 minute. We did close that 5 minute outside the 15 minute, so that's a little stronger. So I'm not going to necessarily use this divergence, you know, as something that I live and die by. Oh, it's showing a divergence. I need to change my trading plan. Well, that's a 1 minute time frame, you know, so grain of salt. But when it does show extreme divergences, that's when I start looking at it. Especially when it shows extreme hidden divergences, I look at it. Obviously, if you're in a prop account, you'll be looking at these lows. Be very careful because these lows are still 35 points. You know, depending on your sizing, you can get into big trouble if you're not careful. But if you're careful and you're smart with your sizing, you should be fine. I don't know where Troy went, but I would love to ask him about.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh,
I just have my camera turned off because I got something in my eye, and I'm like,
shit.
I'm like tearing up.
Oh, gotcha. You didn't want us to see you cry. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, so we do have that breaker. We did not leave a gap right there, so it's not as awesome as if there would have been a fair value gap on top of that breaker. That would have been like a A+ home run type of real high probability.
Yeah.
So now we're using the breaker and the breaker structure kind of on a 5. Just have to be patient here. It wasn't a clean break on that 5.
Agreed.
So it's just got to be careful here. But you know, we should go down and take out those lows. That's what I'm thinking. At least drop down into that 1 hour fair value gap that I have marked down below us. But you know, if we start seeing disrespect,
this is the break that Troy is talking about, just so everyone's clear. Yeah, this is, I mean, we already saw the change of character up here, actually. You know, I didn't really mark it out until right now, but this, I used the 3 candle pullback rule, so we already broke this. So that was pretty good. That was all right. This is a very choppy area, and that's why it's just kind of like the low probability comes from the fact that this is not a fair value gap with the breaker. So yeah, it would have been an A+ setup had it not been for that. I'm giving a little bit of space outside the breaker, depending on where you want to put a stop loss out here. But and look, guys, I mean, you'd be real mad if this comes back and then ends down. You know what I mean? Like takes this out, you're gonna be mad. But that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles sometimes with trading. I mean, that's just part of it, man. The high statistic probability is if we were to push down and leave a gap right here overlapping this breaker, that would have been a higher statistical probability. But doesn't mean that this is a bad trade idea at all. I mean, look at the 15 minute still. Now we're closing the 15-minute candle within the range. We have a nice, you know, buying wick. We still have 4 minutes to go. Plenty of time. It's really plenty of time. So if you're less psyched about it, reduce your sizing. If you're less psyched about it, just get out of the trade. I mean, it's up to you. I'm the type of person you have to kind of force me out of the trade if I get in. You're gonna have to force me out. You're gonna have to hit my stop, period. That's how I play it. I don't like, I was looking at old chats. Okay. I don't like to be faked out very easily. So if things still look good to me on a 15, on a 5, I'll probably just stay. Now these lows, you have to be, this is where, you know, now you have an edge on the market because you're up. So anytime you're up, you have an edge because your edge is your money management. So you could have a break even stop now, which is probably smart because she may go up and take out these highs. So I would just protect the downside at this point. But this should be a W for everybody. That did not hit. I'm going to go back just to show it did not hit stop. And we're going down to 21,137. Like, this is where we're going right here. That is a hot spot right there. It's like lit up, man. That's price is grabbing that for sure. Right here. 2137 right here. It's lit up, man. It is lit up. It is bright red. I'll show you guys what it looks like in Bookmap.
If this 15-minute closes here in 3 minutes below that swing point, it's going to be a 15-minute breaker as well, right there above us.
Oh no,
that
nice.
prints. So that'll be really good for the shorts.
Yeah, that'd be juicy. Nice and
definitely
juicy.
Definitely gonna go down and tap that 21 100 area where we marked out that 1 hour fair value gap that we talked about this morning.
Yeah, for sure, dog, for sure. Who is in profit right now? Type profit in chat. If you're in profit, type P. Type P. If you're in profit, type P. The letter P. Let's go. Taking out that level I just marked right now. 21,137. Literally almost to the tick. She should move through it, guys. She should move through it. We're looking pretty sexy right now. Smash the like button. Tap the hearts. You know, take a hammer to that like button right now. Let's go, guys. Calling it again here on live stream. This is week 4. This will be week 4 of having profitable day sessions. Both morning and afternoon. I'll be doing this twice a day. Both Troy and I on here for you guys, just rocking it out, showing you different trade ideas, different setups. Appreciate the likes, guys. You know, just get the YouTube algorithm going a little bit. Get everything going. We got P's dropping in chat. Type W if you've already taken your win. Type W if you got a win. So we got Nils with a P, Chris with P's in profit, Tom's in profit. Beautiful, guys. Nice. We got 2 minutes before this 15-minute candle closes, so I'm going to be keeping my eye on this. If we end up going back, getting sucked back into the range, you know, I'm just going to have to wait. But this is looking good for a day trade short. And what I would be targeting here is probably Asia's low at the very least. Now, you know me, guys, I'm going to let price run, man. I'm not going to get out. Like, why would I get out? I'm going to trail. I'm going to go to a very low, much lower time frame. Okay, so Tom got a W. Is this it, guys? Where are you? Wake up. What's going on? Like, I'm freaking chill today. Is this because I'm too chill? I think that's what's going on. I'm too chill. I need to wake up. Let's go. Let's go. Who's got a freaking W? Who's got W's? Huh? You are rocking with the mother effing GOAT. Let's go. Is that what I gotta say? I gotta say stuff like that? Be more like PW up in here. You are rocking with the effing legend. #2 best day trader on freaking YouTube. Come on, man. Come on, man. So even if you got to break even, you got a really nice trade right here. So I don't know what you're doing, but if you're just joining channels to like join, to tune in, to listen and not take action, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You probably should just unsubscribe and go watch a different guy on YouTube. Come on. Is that what I got to say? I got to say stuff like that? I got to offend people for them to be interested? Is that what I got to do? Huh? It's fun doing this though, man. It's fun. Okay, so that was the trade setup. That was the whole setup right there. That was the whole shebang. Now, why is it smart to protect yourself here and make sure that at least you're marking out the shelf? If you've been trading with me, you already know I'm the king of shelves. So we're going to mark our shelf out. We have a break even stop already on this trade. You could leave a runner, and I would definitely, I would protect your downside by making sure you're keeping up with price action and shelves to see what price is doing, basically. So 30-second time frame gives you a really good view of that shelf. Here's a 30-second shelf. You could even go and use that if you entered on a 1 minute. And what are you looking? You're looking for price to tap the shelf, respect it, and move down. It's very simple. You're looking for continuation. If you don't get continuation, you're going to get a retracement. If you get a retracement, you're either going to get your break-even stop hit, or if you don't have a break-even and you're a loser and you just let price from a winning trade turning into a loser trade, then you're a loser. Okay, don't let winning trades turn into loser trades, because that makes you a loser. Okay, you don't want to be a loser. You want to be a winner. And the way that you win is you see that tap, very nice. You see it with your eyes. You go, okay, that respected the shelf, and now we want to close back down here. Once that happens, guess what we can do? We can take our break even and finally start trailing price. So here goes the trail. Here goes this first minute of the 15-minute candle. So we're good, and it looks like this is a nice day trade to the downside as well. So this is going to be a short here, another short call, and this will be more of a day trade, right? So you got to figure out what your risk is, what you want to risk. I'm going to say, for every 40 points, I'm going to give myself the top of the 15-minute candle range as being my sort of invalidation zone. It's 198 points from right now. If that's too much for you to handle, then kick rocks. I don't know what to tell you. But this is pretty good. So this is actually, I'll give it a little bit of space out here. And what I would like to do is, for every 50 points or so, 40 points, whatever your risk tolerance is, do the math. How much do you want to risk here, right? If it's 200 points, I say for every 5 points, I risk, 0.5%, or if I risk 0.3%, then you can do the math, right? It's 0.5 goes into 2, basically 200, right? So if it's 200 points and it's 50 points, every 50 points, right? So that's 4. So I would be risking 0.5 times 4, which is what? 2%, right? So 0.5 times 4, go for it. There you go. And the point is, when I'm in profit, when this 15-minute candle gets down here, you guys are like, well, how did he know that it was going down? I've told you, man. I literally told you. Like, it's such an easy, stupid little strategy. It's, it's just so, it's very simple, right? And what does this fall in line with? This falls in line with our previous daily low target right down here. This falls in line with Asia's low. Now, if you want to risk more, whatever, cool. But now we have two things. We have a high time frame grab, and we have direction for the day, man. So I'm very, very confident in that this 15-minute is going to push lower. So I'm very confident that we're going to see lower prices here. What would invalidate my confidence is breaking the highs. So price can do whatever she wants right now. Price can come back in here, hang out, do whatever, but she's going to end up down here. Okay? I don't really care what she does. It's not going to fake me out. Now, if
price did tap our gap, right? Our 1 hour.
No, not, yeah, well, she did right now. Just literally as you said that.
Yeah.
Like as you said that, she did. Yeah, so she's in the gap. Cool. I think she's going to, whether she retraces from the gap, whatever, doesn't really matter. This is more long-term for the day. I don't know if that gap is going to really matter with now having direction to the downside. And that news came out, I guess, I don't know, markets didn't really care, but it was a beat. Like ISM PMI was a beat. So just a heads up there as well, which is interesting. So we got less people in here when we win. So when we win, people don't like it, Troy. That must be.
They just bounce.
What's that? They just bounce? Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
They just leave.
Yeah, we say we have winning trades and they leave. That's hilarious.
I think it's your face, Mike. I think there's something with your face. It's like,
yeah, it's like, it's because, people can't handle the truth, man. They can't handle it.
I think maybe if you put your glasses on, you'll look more intelligent, and people will probably hang out more.
Oh, I gotta put my
Yeah,
Superman
maybe
glasses
you
on.
need to put the shades on.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Glasses, yeah.
Does that make me look smarter?
Yeah, I should probably put mine on too.
It actually helps my eyes tremendously. Like the blue light from the light in general from my screens is pretty intense. I have a huge monitor.
There we go.
So this does actually help quite a bit.
All right, we look smart now, and maybe people start watching.
Okay, so
The algorithm's on now, boys and girls.
Go, guys.
Got the glasses on. YouTube's like, these boys are serious.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, man. So that target is hit, in my opinion. If you were here this morning, what did we draw out? We literally drew this out, and it played out to the T, right? It's exactly what we wanted to see. So if you saw that, if you were here, type yes, like type Y, like, you know, look, now price is going right back up. Look at that, bounced right off of that. That's crazy, right? So in my opinion, it's kind of done. Like, I don't want to really like trade anymore today. That was the move out. Now I just need to see what price is going to do for tomorrow. You know, I'm basically just looking to see if we get a bullish SMT, and I'm going to wait until that happens.
I like it, man.
Yep.
Yeah, we bounced from there, but that doesn't matter. We're still going down. So I'm holding this this day trade ID on the board. You guys can see it, and we'll see what happens later. I'll definitely be on at 1:30. Troy and I will be on, but I want you to really think about your trading, guys, and everybody in here trying to get, you know, more consistent, right? And you're trying to get more consistent with your trading, and everyone is at all times. I'm trying to do it, you're trying to do it, everyone's trying to get more consistent with their trading, right? So, you know, I mean, trading isn't about being right all the time, it's about making money. Just remember that. So there's gonna be, like this morning we were right. Okay, that's 2 trade ideas. This is the 3rd more long-term day trade idea, but it's about making money. So even though I might lose a trade here or there, it's about how you end up at the end of the month, right? And the stock market, and especially trading, the stock market, any market, really the trading markets, is really just think of it as a device, you know, for transferring money from the impatient to the patient, right? The more patient you are, and this is a fact. So does a trade like this hurt if you're down like a day trade? Yes, but you got to be patient, man. You got to chill. You know, you got to just, your mindset that's the biggest thing. Your biggest enemy in trading is your own emotions. You know, so you stick with your edge, and that's what you do, right? You don't need to be smarter than the rest of the people. You just need to be more disciplined, because being smart does not matter in this game, right? So we're waiting for, it's like surfing. Like, we're waiting for the right wave, and then we're getting in on the wave. If we see the wave change, we see a better wave, then we take it. It's that simple. Now, I will be honest with you, Troy. That was one hell of a reversal from that. This is like an insanity reversal. This is a straight up V-shaped recovery reversal. Be careful. Yeah. But this is not. This has to close. This has to close on a 15 out here. I'm really interested to see what price does now, because if she closes out there, I will flip. This will flip, which does not happen very often. But when you get a V shape like that, you got to respect it and go with it. You got to go.
Yeah, I mean, we've got that gap to fill. It's a huge imbalance above us, so
it is a big imbalance, yes. But
yeah,
I mean, this is extremely bullish right now, which is crazy. Right off of that 1 hour fair value gap. I mean, she's pushing. This is way harder than I thought she was gonna push. It's pretty. Yeah, I mean, I see a reason for her going up. I do see the reasoning, but that would have been 2. Yeah, so 2. Yeah, I think at this point you got 4 minutes, and this is the hard part, is that when I'm playing the 15-minute, if you get something like this, If it closes outside of this 15-minute range bullish like this, you either do nothing and just skip the day, or you go with it, right? You have to, but you got to let it close. Anyways, I'm giving you some advice because it just, like, I was not expecting a 5-minute candle to just obliterate the range, which is kind of crazy. And that 5-minute candle did not close outside of the range. It went outside of the range, but did not close. Not the greatest. I'm just saying it did not close outside the range. Huge buys coming in down there. Is it because of the news? Maybe, I don't know. Very strange that it's just because of the imbalance, eh? That's what we have to probably chalk it up to at this point, that maybe price wants to fill a little bit more of this imbalance. But I will say that's about half right there. She pumped really hard and then kind of faded back right there. So once again, if she closes a 15-minute candle body outside this range, that's a different story. But that to me is a grab, and now we're going to pull right back down and be down here. Just can't get faked out. You can't let your emotions, this is just... So that's the way I see it. Probably nobody in here took this trade, or I don't know if you did or not, but if you did, it's a day trade, right? So you just got to be patient, man. All right, guys, we'll see you back on at 1:30. Eh, Troy? You got anything else, brother?
Nope. See you guys.
See
Have
you
a great
guys.
rest of your day.
All right. See you on 1:30. Bye.
Bye.